Ghost Hunt at Hagood Mill in Pickens, South Carolina, June 14, 2025. Tickets are $25 and are sold on Eventbrite and in person at the Dark, Strange and Mysterious Market in Easley, SC on June 13th and 14th. Special guests for the Ghost Hunt is Brandon Cooper and Blaine Rohan. Hagood Mill is known for its rich history and mysterious activity. Can you see spirits? Can ghosts talk to you? Find out. Ghost Hunt, June 14, 2025. Tickets cost $25. We will gather at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and do a history haunting tour until midnight.
Hey, can you see me?
Yep, we can.
Background. I chose the wrong background and I'm wearing.
It's making you disappear.
There we go. How's it going?
It was pretty good. How about with you?
Rainy, hot, humid,
Yeah.
you know, that type of temperature and everything. But
Gotcha.
we just got back from an investigation in Manchester, Kentucky, I think, called the Chestnut House. It was interesting. It was interesting, but yeah, we got who do we got tonight? Oh, we got Lee.
We got Lee.
Yes, this is
Leitreanna Brown, our CEO. And I'm gonna go ahead and
Leitreanna
bring her on.
Brown. All right.
Hey,
There she is.
guys.
Hey. Man, disappear. Oh, how you doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
Good.
Yeah.
Looks like you guys are going to get some weather down there tomorrow, the next couple of days or whatever.
I thought we were getting it tonight. My mother-in-law called.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
But it ended up dissipating and going a different direction.
Oh, good.
But it's coming tomorrow.
We might get a little bit.
Last week, I think, or whatever, I was asking Gwen, but I wanted to ask you. I saw the videos you posted about your powwow. How did that go?
Oh, it was so great.
I'm glad. Yeah.
The tribe made a lot of money, which is
Oh,
wonderful.
cool.
Because last year, we didn't. It was not good. It was well attended. There was some weather issues, but this year, even though we had a little bit of rain, it just kept it from being too hot. You know?
I wish we could have been there, because I was watching the videos you were posting and I was like, you guys had a good turnout and everything. That's good.
We had
that it turned out like that.
340% more people
wow
this year than last year, and I'd like to say part of that would be because of All Access.
Definitely was.
I know you told me, but where'd you guys hold it at? Where'd you hold it?
It was the Hey Good Mill. Hey, Rez, how you doing? Thank
Yeah.
you for watching the show.
Oh, is that where you're gonna have
Yes,
your
and
ghost hunt? Oh,
I'm
cool.
telling you, that place is crazy spiritual. It's not just haunted. There's elementals on the property, little people
Oh,
on the property. There's more than 50 acres on the Haygood Mill itself.
wow.
The Haygood Mill was actually like a trading post, and it still has the wheel that's in the water, and
Oh, wow, that's
it
cool.
grinds the corn and grits and things like that. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat.
Yeah. But what we're talking about, everybody, is we'll get into that later. But for our market, our strange, dark, and mysterious market that's coming up June 13th to the 15th. That's what we're kind of talking about. But
I can't wait.
yeah, it's gonna be good. But what I'd like to start talking about tonight, that's a buzz on social media, and I want to get people's thoughts, Lee, and I want to get yours too, and Gwen when we get her back. But
I'm here. I'm
oh,
here.
okay, all
I
right.
had
got
to
it.
deal with my puppy, so sorry.
Go
Okay,
ahead, I
no,
got
it's
it.
okay. But what the buzz is, what
Hey,
the buzz,
Sean! I didn't know it was her.
yeah,
I just love her. I love her.
she's sitting behind me, and Bruce is
And
doing some
Bruce.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
Bruce.
Ginger knew that Bruce, if she
I
knew
know.
Bruce was nearby,
Uh-oh.
say, hey, Bruce. Hey, Bruce. Hey. Because she was so
She's
worried.
she's talking to you. But the buzz on all social media now is this Annabelle thing. So I don't know if you guys have been
Lord,
seeing
what
that.
the hell with this Annabelle thing? Hey, baby, I see you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
So for you that don't know about Annabelle, and everybody should know. Now
Bless
I'm hearing different stuff because I'm friends with a few people that are in the Warren Foundation thing really heavily. And there's people, I'm not going to mention the person's name, but there's certain people supposedly taking the real Annabelle doll on tour. And the first time I saw that, I said Ed Warren would shit and be rolling in his grave right now if he knew what they're doing. There's two people involved that I'm not going to mention names. One of them is pretty well known in the paranormal
Yes.
and has had problems in the past.
Yes.
Issues with what's the word?
Credibility?
Yes, and scamming people. Okay, and I'm not going to mention any names, but now I heard it's not the real Annabelle doll, and then I've heard it's a real Annabelle doll, and the person that owns that runs a museum and technically owns Annabelle doll now is involved, which doesn't shock me. And like I said, I ain't going to mention names, but everybody's talking about it, and I know you and Gwen with the haunted dolls, you guys are more into that than I am, and you've dealt with that. So let's say it is the real Annabelle doll. All right.
It's supposed to be the real Annabelle Raggedy Ann doll from the Warrens collection, not the porcelain from the TV show, not from The Conjuring.
Right.
This is
Right.
the real Raggedy Ann doll. And the reason why, as somebody brought up in a post I saw, I'm just going to throw this out there. How is it that a case like that is to contain evil? Okay. The reason that that case can do that is because one, it's been blessed by a priest.
Right.
It's been created by church glass, which
Right.
no panes that were in a church. So yeah, I think she's even sitting on church glass. I know mine, the one that I never showed you. I keep her in something very similar on church
So
glass.
right, with the Annabelle doll, wasn't she at one point on a little baby rocker or something like that? I can't
You're
remember.
thinking about the doll. What's his name?
Robert.
Robert the doll. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He's on a rocker. He got his feet crossed. Yeah.
Yeah. So So let's say it is the real Annabelle doll. What do you think, even though it's supposedly protected with all this? Personally, yes, I would like to see it. But at the same time, when you know how Ed and Lorraine Warren, especially Ed, don't touch anything in here. Don't do
Right.
this. Don't do that.
Oh yeah.
Let's say it is a real Annabelle doll, okay? And then bringing that out, do you think there's any consequences? Do you think, I mean, I'm asking just because how you deal with the haunted dolls and everything. What's your opinion? If it's a real Annabelle doll and they bring it out and let's say they don't even open it up, can it still cause problems taking it around the country?
I believe that, well, I know that Tony Shapira has traveled with Annabelle before,
Mm-hmm.
and he sat first class with the doll.
Oh my God.
So it wasn't like, in a case or something. It was just too fragile for that. And also, there's something spiritual. I really think that there's things about the doll that we don't know. I mean,
Right.
if we look at the portrayal of Annabelle in the Conjuring movie, when it's in the back seat and Ed and Lorraine see this horrible accident and she's being attacked by these spirits that she
Right.
can't see, and all of these malevolent spirits are coming to the car because of the energy of the doll. They were
Oh, I
being
didn't know
attracted to
that.
it. Yeah. Then absolutely this would be a really serious situation. Uh, a very serious situation. However, I don't know if the Annabelle doll is dormant. It could be as it has been isolated for so long. I do know that I have a picture of Lorraine somewhere holding that doll, that she has
Yeah.
taken the
Yeah. I've
doll
seen. Yes.
somewhere with the doll. So
Right.
she has taken it out before. And Rez, one of our viewers, is saying there can be issues. First person to mock her could have issues. Now, see, there's
Very true.
serious issues with what we just said his name, Robert the
Robert.
Doll. Um, Robert the Doll is, if you don't give him a certain amount of respect, say hello to him, and I mean this doll goes back to the 1900s, so he's really old. And
Right.
so if you don't say hello to him, if you don't ask to take his picture and then say goodbye to him,
Right.
you're going to have problems, and that's a fact. And I think that one may not have been as haunted as it became later because of the way that that object was treated by the original owner, because he was a child and he actually gave Robert his name. He's like if I had a doll and I named her Lee, and then I would say, my name is now Susan. Don't call me Lee.
Mhm.
I'm Susan. This is Lee. And there's just a lot of strangeness going on. There was also a one
Hey.
of the servants. How you doing? Thank you for watching, Thorn.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
watching the other show, the
Uh,
previously.
so
But
last weekend we had Mark Muncy, who was at our con, and he talked about, and he told me at the con too, that when there was hurricanes and stuff down there, he would go down and get Robert and take him home.
yeah,
You
you
know.
have to treat him a certain way. And honestly, this is, supposed to be the last Conjuring movie that's coming out.
Right.
It's coming out. So I'm sure that
Something rights. Last
this,
rights. I think. Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons why they've decided to do this. And a lot of scientific research has gone into what haunted objects are really like. According to the stories that we've heard on the Conjuring movies, Annabelle is actually the vessel for a very old demon. Okay. And
Yeah.
the blood of someone that was possessed actually touched the doll. And so therefore it became a living vessel for that person.
Now, would
So,
you do that? Let's say, we got to see your dolls and everything, and would you do that? Would you take one particular doll, or maybe all of them, or a couple of them, and but that's what you guys do, right? For your haunted thing or whatever, you take the
Well, we
doll.
have those we take with us,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and we have them set up where nobody can touch them, and we handle them.
But
Then
see,
we
that's it.
close them.
You,
We
yeah,
don't even. There's some we never take out. We never
right,
even touch.
right, exactly, and that's
No.
what I'm saying. Gwen's like, hell no.
No, there's
Uh,
one in particular. Lee knows what I'm talking about. I call her a very not good name sometimes because I don't.
Well, I'm
She's
telling you, my dogs can't stand her. If I
no,
put
she's
her
a
in
little
her
di.
cage,
You know what?
if I put her on the floor,
Oh no.
Luna, and you know how sweet Luna is.
oh,
She
Luna,
would,
yeah,
yeah, she would trip completely out on that doll.
Uh-uh.
And Toby, he's since passed away, but he would growl and cower from it and things like that. Ginger, she turns her back. She's like kicking her feet behind her, like she's
yeah.
throwing dirt on her. She's
Yeah.
snubbing it.
But
But emotional responses from animals is a good indicator of something being haunted because they can
right,
see and sense things that we can't.
right. What I'm
So,
saying is like with what they're doing, if it's a real Annabelle doll, is more a promotional thing, and that's probably one of the worst dolls among others in the world to do that with. But what you guys do is because you dealt with them and you know everything about them, and you're respectful, so people can see them and know how, and you tell them how to deal with them, like you did with us
right.
and everything. That, I think that's a huge difference than saying, hey, you know what? I think we knew last Conjuring movies come out. We got to take Annabelle, and I think that's a huge
There's a
difference.
there's a difference in taking someone through a petting zoo and having
That's a good
you know
analogy.
and having these animals that they can interact through the glass and they can feed through the glass, that type of thing, as opposed to taking people and kicking them into a lion's den just to see how it goes.
Mm.
And
Right.
some of this is there are people that will be as
And for
vulnerable.
a stupid amount of money, too.
Yeah, they will be very vulnerable to
Jesus H.
a malevolently haunted doll because it is violent. It can open its eyes. It's as intelligent as a cobra that I used to have with my dad because
Oh,
that
wow.
cobra figured out how to open the latch. It could
Holy
peek
crap.
around. We had newspapers over the glass, and it was peeking through the darn newspaper at me. It's like, what the hell? This is supposed to be a snake. I mean, how can it be that smart?
No. But
So,
that's it. That's it. That's a problem. And you know how, I'm going to say this as nicely as I can, not to offend anybody. You know how people are in the paranormal, and you know what I'm talking about.
they love
You
to
get,
push it. They love.
well,
Oh
well,
yes.
well, that's not what I was going to say, but I couldn't come up with a nice way to say it without, offending anybody. But you get your classic person watching all these shows, knows nothing about the paranormal, believes everything they see on TV, and believes everything. Oh, everything's an orb, or look at the stick figure, or whatever. Believes all that crap, and then you get them to see Annabelle. Oh my God! And 99 or 95% of the people out there that aren't in it like we are, I guess, they're going to act stupid and say stupid things just like they would to Robert, and have to end up sending him a apology letter or whatever, just like going to the Bell Witch Cave, all that stuff. Let's see. My brother used to have 2 boa constrictors and always managed to escape. I know they are.
I know, Lauren, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Now let's say the consciousness that's in Annabelle, that the previous claims back in the 70s, that still exists in the doll now. It's not dormant. Let's say it's still there. Now, if that's the case, let me just list, okay? There's public safety risks because
A couple.
meaning that if they are exposed to this object and they don't know how to handle them and what to expect, it could put them at risk. There's emotional and psychological impacts for people that severe trigger anxiety, trauma to sensitive individuals, people
Mm-hmm.
that don't know that they have psychic abilities, and all of a sudden they're thinking and feeling stuff. It doesn't make sense to them. There's also a lack of proper containment and security.
Yeah.
Okay. if the thing is let out a certain way, just like snakes on a plane, like that TV movie, you know, that
Yeah.
can happen. Now let's talk about if somebody ignores the spiritual or cultural problem, you know, things that go with this. Let's say somebody's disrespectful to it, like what you were saying about Robert the Doll. A whole nother can of worms.
And you know, people are like that. You know, they are.
Oh yeah, and then there's the legal liability because you know I've had people tell my dad,
Hey, Becky.
"Hey Becky, hey girl." My people used to tell my dad, "There's no need for a snake to bite me and kill me. I'll just sprout my wings and fly on to heaven," because they're so scared. So there's people that are that afraid of haunted objects, especially Annabelle. When you know, it's that could create a major issue
And
for
they've got, let's say they got
people.
that right. They got that mindset, right? And what I mean by that is because they watch, well, I'm kind of guilty too about watching the horror movies and
I
everything.
love them. I love them. Let's
Yeah, but people that aren't like us or do what we do and the other paranormal people, they get the mindset, they watch oh yeah, I don't know about that, but they get the mindset, like you said, what if they're got this mindset that Annabelle and they've got the fear thought, you know what I mean? And they go and see this, are those fears going to take over and make them think something is happening, or because of the fears it's really going to happen?
I'm going to compare it to Robert the Doll. I did a recent dive into Robert the Doll because that's my thing, right? Haunted
Right.
objects. And he receives thousands of letters
That's what Mark said. Yeah.
all the time saying, "Hey, you know, I came in there and I was disrespectful, and guess what? All this is hitting the fan, and I'm so sorry. You know, excuse me, I'm sorry." And you know, the point is, if you want to hate something, if you want to blame something, if you want to fear something, you can find fear, hate, and anger in anything.
Right.
You know, including themselves. I mean, being belligerent to a holy relic, and you wonder what the hell just happened. You know, everything's gone wrong in my life. It's not,
Right.
you know, you're going to reap the seeds you sow. So
Right. And
I don't know
yeah,
I
I
don't know
don't,
how much of this would be real liability, but still, it's very controversial, and a lot of people are really flipping out. Gwen and I got a call about this a couple of days ago, like 2 in the
oh,
morning.
Yeah.
You know, they were like, "What in the world is going on with this doll?" And you know, I've been talking to several people that are close to this situation. That's right, Thorne.
yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
Sean was saying. There was a fire.
But
Let me see if I can find that
how
for you.
true, how true is that though? Is it just like a marketing thing saying, oh, but there's fires because of Annabelle, or do you think it's really happening? If it is the real Annabelle. See, I'm hearing different stories. I'm
I
hearing
am too.
that it's just a prop just to promote the last
Well,
movie, or
well,
it could be.
apparently, the Warrens Occult Museum several years back, there was a fire that happened there, and it was believed that it was caused by Annabelle. And then
Yeah,
there's a reality, you know, of what happened in the French Quarter.
yeah.
There's a lot of people that have said that they had fires that were in association with Annabelle's case, and it did
That's
happen.
crazy. That is crazy. I mean,
Hmm.
like that's, I wanted to ask you because you have all the experience and everything with the haunted dolls and dealt with them and everything. So I'm thinking, okay, let's say it is Annabelle. Now Tony has taken out Annabelle before because he took her to see Zach on Ghost Adventures, and of course, you know how Zach was a disrespectful to Annabelle. I'm like, why
Yeah,
is this
that's
dude? Why is he even taking it out at all? Is it for attention? Is it, you know, the Ed would have a heart attack
he
and
would.
and rolling over. Why has he taken this doll out? Is it a promotion? Is it, I don't get it. I don't understand, half the
Okay,
things that,
here's the fire for you. I just looked it up for you. May the 15th, the Nottaway Plantation which is a
Yeah.
mansion in White Castle, Louisiana. It was completely destroyed by fire. Gwen, you called me about that one too.
Yeah.
Yes, Vic.
The following day, Annabelle Doll was reportedly brought to New Orleans as part of the Devils on the Run tour.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was the day before she arrived that that thing caught fire. She was brought there by the New England Society for Psychic Research. So the fact the timing happened that way, and that's why people are like, "Whoa, she was
Yeah, I know what.
on the
Yeah,
way there."
I know what pictures he's talking about. The Crying Boy and the Burning Man paintings. I know what they're talking about. That supposedly there was
Yeah,
fires caused by each picture. Now, do you think? Well, there's haunted objects. There's haunted dolls. Do you think there's haunted paintings? I mean,
yes, yes. We had one in our show,
ooh,
Possessed, and what we ended up doing, we were kind of looking, observing it, and we had our flashlight, and we were able to observe DNA on it, and you can also see there was some sort of symbols and writing underneath the
oh
paint.
hell no.
So whenever like if this is the paint that you're looking at, turn it around this way, and you can see the different symbols, on the canvas before the artist
Whoa.
put the paint. So therefore, it was creating that, and it
No,
was
what?
guys.
Yeah. Is it a possession? Is it something that's an attachment to the painting, or because I understand about the
depends.
dolls, but I don't understand how the paintings can become
Usually
haunted if you.
honestly, they're lures, very
Oh,
similar
okay.
to a mirror that's a portal.
Uh-huh.
It lures people to it, and therefore it creates havoc, in their lives. It will definitely impact them. The places are completely destroyed but the paintings are untouched. That's right. He's right. I'm looking up the Burning Man that's haunted.
Yeah, I haven't heard about them but in passing, I've had, seen things about it and read a little bit about each one, and supposedly, out there, causing problems and everything. I don't get half the crap that goes on in our little world, but
Honestly, a lot of the painting that is associated with a crying boy picture, it has morphed. What would have started out as a grief, of a child, of
yeah,
a child's pain, has
yeah,
turned it into a curse on the person that sees it. I know that sounds strange, but these things happen, where what you initially have in a haunted object will actually change and morph into something else. Like
yeah.
if I wanted to curse all the men in my family, because they did all this to me, it would create a curse moving forward to all of my descendants, that type of thing. Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Yeah,
Here's a
Sean.
picture of the crying boy. This is a picture of the crying boy.
Yep, that's it.
And yeah, it's so sad.
That's it. Yeah. That I don't, I'm not into
Thorne, I'm sorry. We didn't know one way or another.
Yeah, girl, she says.
Oh, so
Good.
yeah. But I never got into the haunted object side of, like dolls, or I kind of knew a little bit why, the dolls were originally made for, but reading about Robert and Annabelle, but I never got into that side of the paranormal like you guys have or anything. So that's why, I'm curious to why all this is happening. But going back to these individuals who are doing this, it's different. It's two-sided. I'm seeing this. That's you get on Facebook and you start scrolling, and
Thank
Oh,
you.
the hand that resists him is another haunted. See, I didn't know about. There's a lot of stuff out there, as far as
Well,
the doll.
let's
Your typical dolls and everything. But
okay, let me do a quick dive, okay, about haunted objects.
all
Just
right.
like there's lots of different types of hauntings, there's also a lot of different ways that an object can be haunted. It can have an actual attachment of a spirit or an entity, which means that it can actually reside inside the vessel. Then
Mm-hmm.
there's a residential energy where something very strong, and just like a residual haunting, something burned itself into the imprint, the energy imprint happened in this location. And it can also be an object. I actually was part of a case where a lady fell down the steps of her house and she was tumbling, and her forehead, right about here, hit the grandfather clock on the corner, and it killed her instantly.
Dang.
And so uh, the clock stopped working. Well, they would take the clock to get it fixed because they're trying to sell it, to clear the estate. And it would, they'd fix it and then bring it back, and it would stop working. And it would stop on the exact moment that, her accident happened. So
That's
that would be a
crazy.
residual energy um, and type of haunting. And then there's the cursed or hexed objects. Okay. And that is not what Annabelle is. Annabelle is actually haunted not by a person, but as a demon. She is possessed. Okay. A cursed object is something that, like a spell or magic, some type of ritual has been performed on the object so that it carries a type of supernatural energy. So there's nothing intelligent about it. It's just
Can you?
radiating a type of energy.
Thorn was asking something. I don't know if you can see the question or not.
Can you
Uh,
see it,
let's
Lee?
see. Yeah, in the movies, they say an object can't be possessed and are actually just being moved by a demon or something. Is that true, or just that is a movie thing, Thorn? Objects can be possessed by by people. In fact, if you're interested, you could go to Hulu or Apple TV or Disney Plus and watch Repossessed. You
I
will
was just gonna
see,
say that.
yeah, you can see where there was an object that's actually haunted by two people. It's a little clown, and the
Mm,
boy and girl were murdered by a serial killer, and they were trying so hard. He was trying so hard to protect her. They were in love and very
that one
young.
creeped me out.
Yeah, and so you can see that one is actually haunted by a boy and a girl, young, and they both died together by the hands of a serial killer. And they're hiding in there because they're not healed. They're not ready to cross over. They're just holding each other because of the trauma. So it is being possessed, but it's not a possession. It's okay.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, guys. I mean, if you want to watch a shameless plug here. If you
Thank you.
if you want to watch a really good show about possessed items or whatever, like it's on Hulu and Apple TV. It's called Repossessed, and I'm about to start my third time going through it. So I wish you guys could have did more, because you get to the end of you're like, what the hell? Where's the rest of it? But
Yeah,
yeah,
there's a possibility. We'll see.
yeah, that's a really good show that if you want to see, and what's weird too, it's like there's not a whole lot of shows that are out there that are like that. And of
Right.
course the good ones always go away. But
Well, we had a lot of trouble about the time it came out. First, we're coming out of COVID. The next thing is we had
yeah.
the writers' strikes and then the actors' strike, and that affected all money. Dealing with the entertainment business, which this was more of a documentary than anything, a reality type thing, because it was
Yeah.
happening in the moment, but it still affected our budgets. But it's still might come back.
Unfortunately, yeah. So
Yeah.
going back, so just like Thorne said about the movies, because doing what you do and Gwen and a bunch of us, that are serious. See, I actually intrigued by Robert being allowed to photograph him without the permission or he'll curse you, and the only way to stop it is to apologize. I've seen the apology
Yes.
letters. Yeah.
I've seen
Yeah.
them too. There's thousands,
Yeah.
thousands. And it's an anomaly. And that's why I was trying to study it. I'm just going to have to go there. I'm going to have to
Do
experience
you
it firsthand. But
now
now I want to throw this at you. I think he's double haunted.
double haunted?
Yes.
I believe it.
There
Yes.
is a type of haunting with an object that's an artificial haunting. Okay. And what that means is sometimes people project their fear or their beliefs into an object.
See, I was just going to ask you that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what happens, it doesn't actually mean that there's anything in the object, but they're creating it. So if I tell you that everybody that has had this clip in their hair fell out. And I tell you, you tell Sean and Bruce, and then we all get online and do the same thing. We tell Gwen, and we're all worried about this clip getting put in somebody's hair and their hair is going to fall out. Then the poor soul that really gets worked up about it, their hair is going to fall out when they put the clip in their
Yes,
hair.
it is.
And now there's a problem with this clip because
That's what
creating.
that leads into what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Like with Annabelle, plus you have object. What?
That put
Object
me
that you put me.
to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Now
that's
that
what I was going to ask you, because
Mhm.
people are told, okay, if you don't respect Robert, ask permission, say thank you and goodbye and all that,
yes.
people are told this, and a lot of people are really susceptible to it, and it goes in their head. Now, do you think it's actually happening, or people think it's happening to them is why they write the apology letter,
It's
because
gotta
what's in
be,
their brain?
Yeah, it's got to be both, because I'm sure there are people that have gifts that go there, and this object has some type of energy in it, whether it's an intellectual haunting or if it's an egregore type situation. And either way, it's reacting to them. Something is there's a
Like
some
a
sort of
suggestion, like they say, don't look Annabelle in the eyes, and this is what we're told.
And you're going to want to look Annabelle in the eye.
tell me not to do something, I will
Oh,
absolutely do it.
hell. Sorry.
I can't help it.
Okay,
I can't help
you all
it.
go right ahead, but
Uh-huh.
see, is it a suggestive thing? Like when they show a picture, see, this is crazy. When they show a picture of Robert or Annabelle on the TV or something, I kind of avert my eyes. I mean,
Yeah.
is that like something that a person believes, or is it something that is suggested and people believe what they're told?
I think it's both. I think you've nailed it. Here, let's see if I can pull this
But I
up
will
for
say
you.
this. I would love to meet Robert the doll. And I would be respectful.
Yeah, me too.
Because I
honestly.
always try to be respectful. But I would love
Well,
to meet him.
But you don't want to
want-
take that chance that it's not really going to happen, right? You want to be like extra.
I want to be there
protection.
and see what I feel. Like
Yeah,
Lee,
of course.
I know that's what she's saying
Hey,
too. She wants to
we're-
experience and see what
we're not
she
too
thinks
far
about it.
from there. So,
I would love it. I would love it.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Or-
it's maybe a suggestive thinking or planting it in your head, like, how come I don't want to look in it's just a picture or it's just a video. You're not actually looking in. I don't know, maybe it's just like a suggesting thing or something that just pops in your head where
here we go. All right. So I know maybe we all should just get a plan together and all meet
a van.
Yeah, and see what
Go
that
see
shit's
Robert, then
doing.
go to Disney
Like-
World. No,
Yeah, it'd be like, yo, Robert, what up?
What
What's
up, man?
going
What's
I
down?
want to be out of the room when you two go in. Oh no, I'll go.
We'll be sitting
I'll-
there going, can we take a picture, Robert? We like you. And we'd be tight. Yep, that's
go-
us. That's how it is.
I would want to take
Yep.
him home. You know that. Here's a letter.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'll read it, Mark. I'll read it
Oh
because
my God, you
I
guys.
got the specs on. This is an
Frickin' frack.
actual letter. Yes, we are.
I can't see with mine on.
Okay,
So, yep.
Dear Robert, I went to Key West in October of 2009. I decided to come see you. I was told to ask you before I took any pictures of you. I asked to take your picture 3 times. 3 times my camera shut off. It was a new camera and new battery, so it wasn't the camera. So I turned around and took a picture of the hearse behind me. Had no more problems with the camera. Well, when I got home, I downloaded my pictures to my computer and realized that a reflection of you was in the glass on the hearse.
Yeah.
I didn't really think of it, but shortly after, my computer crashed with a virus. I got hurt at work. I lost my job. I lost my new truck. I lost my home.
Jesus, that's
And
a song.
Yeah, I know that's a
Yeah.
country
That's a
western
country
song.
song.
We just his mama didn't get
I lost my dog.
crying in his beer and something about a train. We're missing the train. Anyway, he said I missed it all.
And the
It's
truck.
been it's been a downhill slide ever since. If I didn't believe before now, I do. I do apologize if I upset you. And that is
Wow.
an actual letter. Her name was Suzanne. And here's Robert
Wow.
Hall. Isn't he
I
beautiful? I
want
just think
him.
I think he's so sweet. He's got a pretty face.
He'd have a good
Yeah.
home with us.
He would, and I'd put him in a very
Nobody
Good
would be
Lord.
messing with him.
no.
Good Lord. Wow.
Mark thinks we love him.
I don't know. It's just I will go.
Thank
I have
with
to
Gwen.
Thank you,
That's
Sean.
That's Sean. That's Sean. No,
Yeah.
I want to
She's
go.
like, I'll go with you and Gwen. You guys do your own
but
thing.
y'all can go in first and piss them off. No, I want to
No,
go
we
in.
wouldn't piss
You're
him
gonna be your
I
bird
want to go
dog.
in
I
before
see.
you two. Then you two can just mosey on in and do whatever you want and say whatever you want. That way, I won't get affected by me walking in and
With
Sue
us.
Robert, and then I can come out and then see you later. Thank you. And then you two can go in and cause all kinds of mayhem, and then I won't have to deal with the
No,
aftermath.
we wouldn't. We
So-
would just want to take him home and take care of him.
oh God.
He's sweet. Look at it.
Yeah,
Pull
you
it
guys-
up
you-
again.
you
Just
guys
pull
can-
it, pull it up
you'll-
again.
You'll definitely go in behind me. I ain't gonna go in after. I ain't gonna
Oh,
go
no,
in
what
after
you trying
y'all's
to
mess.
say? What you trying to say?
He'll be Robert will be floating or some shit or whatever, and the glass will be up, and I'm gonna get you. Well, what happened? It was Gwen and Lee. See ya. Oh, look at the
We'll
time.
have
We
him
gotta go.
spoiled. He'll be coming to us
Yes.
just for love. Here's
Give
another
me a
letter.
hug.
I would leave him a gift. I would
Dear Robert.
absolutely
No,
leave him
yeah,
a
that
gift.
would no. I'd definitely want
Oh, remember the doll that we put in that room and it ended up going, hey baby, that's
Oh,
why
I gotta
you come go
tell.
with
I gotta
us.
tell Mark something. So, Mark, you remember how you were on that couch of that house and you got your leg pulled?
Yeah.
I slept in that house for a week and nothing because I asked them to leave
My
me
dad
alone and
was-
let me try to sleep.
My dad was messing with y'all. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
it was the weirdest thing. I haven't been, I occasionally get touched or whatever, but that was really like grabbed my pants and yanked my leg really hard. I'm like, what the heck? But it was crazy. All right, so we got a few minutes, so let's really quick. But yeah, I just wanted to cover that because you know how it is. It spreads like wildfire, and people talk
Yes.
good shit about it, and
Every
you don't know what
show has
don't
had something about it.
yeah
I
don't
know.
don't
Everybody's trying to figure out WTF. What are we going to do?
don't believe anything you see on the internet because that's how World War II got started. But let's go talk about
They had internet during World War II?
oh my God.
I got you.
Anyways, let's talk about what we got coming up. June 13th through the 15th is why can I never remember the name? Strange, Dark, and
The
Mysterious Market
Yeah.
in Seneca, South Carolina. And Lee and Gwen and Matt are going to be there. All right, Lee, tell everybody what you guys are going to be doing.
Well, weather permitting, we're going to bring our
Right.
haunted
Weather
object lab. And we're going to set it up where it's U-shaped, okay, so that you can go in and interact your feelings. Nobody is allowed to touch anything, so psychometry is not going to be allowed, but you can get a feeling and we're going from left, across, and to right, and we're recording everybody's interactions. There's a QR code that people can use on their phones to take the quiz and to give us their data of what they feel.
That's cool.
We'll also be doing readings, and we will have things for sale, including our books. And Gwen will be doing readings, and so will I.
No, you're gonna have a class, or is that the class?
Yes, we also will have a workshop.
Oh, cool.
We're going to
Okay.
take turns teaching and take turns doing readings. We'll have 2. One is about parapsychology in general, sort of like the things we just talked about.
Yeah.
Then
I
the
can't
other,
wait. That's going to be so
it's going to
cool.
be fun. It's going to
Now,
be fun.
go ahead and tell them about what you guys are doing after the market
Well,
Saturday.
we are selling tickets to our ghost hunt. Okay, here it is. The ghost hunt at Haygood Mill is $25, and we're going from 7 p.m. to midnight. We've got my husband, Gwen, myself, Blaine Rohan, and Brandon Cooper. We
Look at
will
Gwen
all,
looking like Joan Jett.
yeah, that's her. And so
That's
we'll
me.
have fun.
Yeah.
We're going to go through the Haygood Mill. We'll actually have access to the petroglyphs in
Nice.
the museum, so you can investigate the haunted objects that are in the. Well, I think the petroglyphs are haunted, because there's definitely a.
They're Native American, correct?
Should I tell them about what
Are the
happens whenever?
petroglyphs
Nope, don't
Native
give it
American?
away. Oh, let me add this though.
Huh?
Get your tickets now, because there's only a limited amount. We are not after that.
Yeah.
When it's cut off, it's off.
Yeah, we've
Are
only got.
the petroglyphs native? They're native, right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
Well, there's another type of haunting that's a historic item, like what I'm talking about in the museum. And because it's so old and so many people have seen it and viewed it, and there's history behind it, there's a lot of conversation about something being haunted because of its age. I'd like to find out. So this is going to be a great
That
opportunity.
is gonna. Damn, we might end up going with y'all. I mean, but seriously, we'll have to see.
Well,
But
there's a whole bunch of cabins. There's the mill itself, where there was the trading post, where Native American people would come there and trade, and
wow, we might
blacksmith
just do that.
shop. The blacksmith shop is right there, and then you go over to the museum. The cabin at the top of the hill is the one that is the reported activity, and
Ooh.
Gwen's had some personal experiences. Well, we all have. So
Yeah, we might just end
Lee,
up
will you
doing
pop
that.
the thing back up, the poster? Will you pop the poster back up?
I'm hitting the
Sean,
button. There we go.
The tickets are $25, and I'm gonna say it again for anybody that's listening. Buy your tickets now, because once the number hits, we're not selling no more, no matter who you are. So you're not special. We love you, but you're not special. Okay?
Now I know the truth. No, I'm kidding. But
No, I'm being real. Once we
no,
have a number,
I understand, because you don't want a huge
if
crowd.
we'll
I
go,
get that.
if we have decided if we go over that
get
number,
that.
then it's just gonna be too many.
Well, we have to be careful with this, because this is a historic site, and we have keys, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tour guides.
Mhm.
But that
Oh
does.
wow,
But there's animals that live there. This is a
I got you.
wild
Yeah.
area.
Oh, and
And-
anybody that doesn't stay with the group, you will be asked to leave or made to leave, because you got to stay with the group.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
you
Gotta
can't
be
go
careful.
roaming, because
Yeah,
Too bad you can't choose who you can take.
we've got 3 veterans
Well, you know what I mean.
that will be
You
there.
can't pick exactly, because you know how some people, well, 90% of the people that do these things are, oh look, I'm gonna curse it and I'm gonna give them shit and everything, and you're like,
not in our groups.
that's
We don't taunt.
right.
No,
That's
That's a no.
and we're gonna be there. We're gonna be set up there, Ghost of Tennessee, and we're gonna. I don't know. I'm still working on a possible location for Saturday night, but after this little speech, we may end up going with you instead. But we're gonna be there. We're gonna have our jewelry. We're gonna have our decals and everything, our paranormal decals, and what else? And then I've got a bunch of necklaces coming in. And I got crystal necklaces, and we got all kinds of stuff. We're going to be.
That sounds lovely.
And I was going to do dowsing rods, but I don't want to, get into that or anything. But we're going to I've got like 2 or 3, I don't know how many tarot deck cards sets I'm going to have, but a couple of those and everything. And basically, we're just going to be selling paranormal stuff, crystals and crystal balls and all that stuff. But it's June 13th through the 15th. I don't remember the times. Do you remember the times? Like it's 8 o'clock each night, I think. Isn't it?
Yep. I wish you could come, Thorne. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Tickets are $25. We will have tickets at the door, but you will be turned away. because we only have a certain number. If
And we're not joking. The last minute people, please, I'm begging you. If you
Yeah,
really want to come
Well,
and see
unfortunately,
us,
you know how
calm
that
down.
goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I'm
You
also
know,
going to say this. I've had to cut ticket sales off the last two ghost hunts I've done because we were about to oversell, and a lot of people.
Well, we did that one
"Oh,
time. We didn't cut them off, and we ended up with a.
It was a mess. We had
It was
people
awful.
everywhere.
you get too many people. Yeah,
Yeah,
it gets out of control. And then real quick, August 9th and 10th in Ozark, Alabama is the Deep South Paracon Comic Con, whatever you want to call it. That
I'm hunting it.
I'm excited for that. You can go to Deep South Paracon on Facebook. You can get your tickets to get in. There's going to be, Lee's going to be there. Gwen's going to be there. We're going to be there. Ben, the ghost.
Oh, here it is.
And Ben's is.
And sorry, I thought it was a picture. Oh, we'll play it after.
It's not a picture.
Yeah. And I'm excited because
longer.
What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Didn't
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, now we can hear you. Yeah.
All right. Something weird happened. Anyway, yeah. Go figure.
Go figure that shit out. Yeah.
Talking about haunted shit and look what happened.
Perez, you just walk your little self on down here to the south and come on.
Come on, baby. Come on. We're teaching dream analytics. So if you have ever had dreams, where it meant something and you want to know what it is, go ahead and write it down. The class is only $10. I'm not charging a lot. Okay. And
that'll be cool too.
And I'll tell you what dream symbology is, as well as how
I'd be interested in that.
We're teaching science and the supernatural. There's a lot of parallels with that we need to make. A lot of things about the brain we've been studying. Also, my husband's teaching grounding, and I'm just going to tell you,
that'll be cool.
If you've never done grounding,
the best.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
my husband,
pretty awesome. Yeah.
At
that is awesome.
The Fitzpatrick Hotel in Washington, Georgia, the whole main street was basically on a cemetery.
Oh,
and
hell no.
We did grounding and shielding in holy ground or hallowed ground. And my gosh, we had all of our
that won't cause any problems.
All the spirits were really sweet, but yeah, we did.
It was great.
Yeah, and we did. Also, Gwen will be teaching podcasting. And
nice.
So this is basically podcasting 101, what kind of equipment you need, what kind of software you might want to look at.
Bruce might be interested in that. Yeah.
He should.
But I will say this. I'm not doing online while I'm at Deep South, but if I get enough people interested, I will give a class online.
Oh,
but not
that'll be
on
cool.
there because I want people to come out there.
Yeah. I'm excited because, this is just me and Bruce being big horror buffs and everything. Tony Moran, the original Michael Myers, is going to be there. I'm super excited about that. And I can't remember.
Okay, so Thorne's had a dream that she can still remember over a year later.
Wow.
Well, look, I know you can come from England, but if you want me to translate this dream for you, let's get together on sort of video. I'll do that for you, baby. Just share us out
with your information. Yeah,
you can share us out.
Subscribe. Anybody watching, share, subscribe, like.
All right. So just to recap really quick, June 13th to the 15th in Seneca, strange, dark, and mysterious market. We're all going to be there. They're going to have their haunted lab, and they're going to be doing classes. And then August 9th and 10th in Ozark, Alabama is a Deep South Paracon. Check it out. Go to All Access. Go to Ghost of Tennessee. All of Gwen and Lee's pages and groups and everything. All that they're going to be posting it out. We're going to be posting it out. And hope everybody can at least make the market, but you don't want to miss. Oh, and get tickets for their investigation.
Please,
meal.
I'm having to pay for the place, and I want it to be taken care of properly. This is a holy place for me.
Yeah,
so,
and let me tell you guys,
the sacred fire.
Yeah, let me tell you guys this really quick, and I'm not just saying this because you guys are here. We've investigated with Gwen and Lee, and let me tell you, you guys don't want to miss out. I'm telling you that. Yeah, I mean that's the truth. You know I mean, it's an honor to, but yeah, check them out on all of our pages. Ghost of Tennessee, All Access, Lee and Gwen's pages and everything.
Yep.
And hopefully, you know, I'll talk to you guys because I think we might want to come with you all Saturday night, but we'll see what happens with the market and everything.
We might need your help taking people through. I don't know. Depends on what we've got. But I would like for you to enjoy yourself there. Very much.
I think I'd rather do that. Well, you know, being you guys, I think I'd rather honestly do that with you guys than try to do, you know, we could help out her, you know, we'll talk about it and see
We'll
what
figure it out.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Lee, so much.
Yes,
Gwen, thank you as always. And like I said, go to everybody's pages, get your tickets for Had a Good Meal and everything. And that is going to be
on
Saturday, right?
Tickets are on
Eventbrite. I'm
Eventbrite.
sorry.
And you can also pay me with Venmo or Cash App because Eventbrite does take a percentage. So that would.
That's why I went to Fresh Tick where they don't only take less than 1%. But I'm just saying.
I didn't know about that. I should have asked you.
I used Eventbrite for so long. But anyway, yeah, go check out all of our groups. Get your tickets. And we hope to see you guys down at the market, especially the Deep South Paracon. And thanks for watching. And we'll be in touch about everything. And you guys take care. And everybody have a good night. We'll talk to you soon.
Good night.
All right. Thank you.